Front Room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra. Front Room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, past these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple. Score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
Steve Robinson's president now. He's a Mott guy. Started at Mott. Yeah. Well, our Mott's current president. The less said, the better. It's a whole thing, but hopefully it's a temporary thing. Right. Anyway. We do gear check on adults, too. Oh no, they only do that with juniors. They don't do it with adults anymore. For lineups, is that what we're waiting for? We're just waiting for the head ref to tell us they're good to go. Okay.
Second match of the evening. This matchup will put our home team, Lansing Roller Derby team, against the...
Hello and welcome back to Court 1. We are here for the second bout of tonight's doubleheader. We are going to be watching the home team, Lansing Roller Derby in purple, taking on the visiting team, Motor City Disassembly line of Detroit wearing white. And skating for Detroit tonight, we have number 0550, Dirty Mittens. We have 1031, Mayhem Megs. Team captain, number 144, Pettit. Number 217, Lemonhead. Number 25, Nightshade. Number 414, Traumagachi. Number 42, Rosie the Pivoter. Number 44, Driver, found the golfer. Number 77, Scram. Number 8, G Barbie. Number 843, Spider Spice. Number 847, Ruthless Bader Ginsburg. Number 993, Pocket Rocket. Number 95, Nixter. Number 98, Live or Die. And that is going to be your Motor City Disassembly line. And now your hometown team, Lansing Roller Derby, number 10, Lucille Brawl. Number 21, Mick Jammer. Number 25, Beef. Number 321, Demolition. Number 3232, Annie DeSpanko. Number 331, Hemlock. Number 37, Ms. Hyde. Number 503, Cosmic Slams. Number 56, Deacon Brews. Number 65, Kobe. Number 69, Rogue One. Number 86, number 88, rather, Ready, Set, Riot. Number 93, Scrappy. Number 2, Inzy Mood. Number 13, Babs the Bruiser. And White Gun and MCDL will be coached by Muhammad Fali and Swift Justice. Lansing coached tonight by Coach Yar and Coach Strega. Oh. Sorry. You think I know that? I know. And both teams lining up for the first jam of this bout. We have number 88, Ready, Set, Riot on the jam line for Lansing. Gonna be joined by number 217, Lemonhead of MCDL. And right away, things are getting mixed up in the pack here. Lemonhead pushing her way through. Mick Jammer and Ms. Hyde there in the front of the pack. And number 2, Inzy Mood, looking to get a shoulder in there. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, has their work cut out for her in the back of that pack. Nice blocking there by 98, Live or Die of Detroit. And number 847, Ruthless Bader Ginsburg, looking to break things up there for Lemonhead. And that does the trick. Lemonhead is going to be lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, looking to get the star pass for Lansing out there. Number Mick Jammer holding her hand out for the star. Lemonhead, meanwhile, gearing up for that first scoring pass. Lemonhead trying her best to break through that wall of purple. Mick Jammer putting up some resistance there with the shoulder on the inside line. Ready, Set, Riot still has that star that makes her still the jammer This is still Ready, Set, Riot's initial pass. Lemonhead, of course, on her scoring pass. Ruth Bader Ginsburg to the rescue again. Never mind. Ruth Bader Ginsburg doing some bridging there with Ms. Hyde in the middle of the pack. And the first points of the game are scored by Detroit. Lemonhead on the board for 4 points. And we have a star pass there from Lansing. Mick Jammer now with the star. Lemonhead coming around for a second scoring pass. Ms. Hyde about to hold down that line, and Lemonhead calls it off with some direction there from Coach Fali. Looks like Lemonhead did steal a point there at the end, so 5-point jam there for MCDL. Lansing held scoreless. We've got Rogue One on number 69 on the jam line there for Lansing. Rogue One is out. Rogue One was going to be lead jammer. We have a star pass attempt there from the Detroit jammer. That's number 77, Skaram. And number 93, Pocket Rocket has the star running away with it. Pocket Rocket, of course, not going to be your lead jammer. Rogue One on that scoring pass there, getting caught up in the pack, calls it off mid-pack. And looks like Rogue One picked up 3 points there for Lansing. MCDL held scoreless, so we've got a 3-5 game here. Hemlocked now on the jam line for Lansing. Hemlocked gonna be joined by, I'm not sure who that is, sorry. Oh, this is number 4, 1 for Traumagachi. Traumagachi will be lead jammer. Hemlocked, meanwhile, still fighting her way through that pack. Gotta get through one more blocker. Hemlocked will not be your lead jammer. Traumagachi, meanwhile, coming up for that scoring pass and making it look easy. Lansing's got to let her go. 4 points going on the board there for Traumagachi. And Hemlocked, meanwhile, kind of catapults into the front there, getting recycled to the back by G. Barbie. And Hemlocked is out for 4 points. Ruth Bader Ginsburg called to the penalty box for an illegal procedure there. 3-on-4 pack out there. Traumagachi going for another scoring pass. Rogue, but Hemlocked might just be a little faster. We'll have to see what the refs say. And Rogue One didn't, no, sorry. Hemlocked did pick up 3 more points there. MCDL answering with 2. So MCDL now in the lead by just 1 point, 11 points, Lansing at 10. And we've got Scrappy, number 75, on the jam line there for Lansing. Nightshade, meanwhile, number 25, wearing the star for Detroit. And both jammers fighting their way through. That's number and Scrappy being Scrappy there, coming up against Mayhem Megs in the pack there. Cosmic Slams, meanwhile, not making it easy for Nightshade in the pack, but Scrappy powers through. Scrappy going to be your lead jammer. Number 25, Nightshade, going for that star pass there in the pack. Number 93, Pocket Rocket, reaching out for the star, but Lansing, of course, can and is blocking that star pass. Mayhem Megs in the pack with her traditional skull makeup. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg likes the penalty box so much, she's coming back for more. Nightshade still wearing that star, and Scrappy is coming around for 4 points. So that's going to put, so we got a lead change. Lansing now in the lead, 14-11. Nightshade still on that initial. Nice hit to the outside, courtesy of Pocket Rocket. And Scrappy recycled to the back of that pack. Lansing not taking it easy on Nightshade there in the pack. Cosmic slams at it again with those hips. And Scrappy coming around again for 8 points. Calls off the jam. And that was an 8-point jam courtesy of Lansing. Detroit Goose Egg. It's going to be 18 Lansing, 11 Detroit. Coach Yar giving some last-minute instructions there to number 88, Ready, Set, Riot. And this is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Nightshade picking up a penalty there at the very end of the previous jam. Ready, Set, Riot bouncing on those toe stops on the outside. But she still got to get past the Detroit pivot there. And Beef coming in to assist. One more blocker. Number 143's got to let her go. And Ready, Set, Riot is going to be lead jammer. And Nightshade coming out of that penalty box there. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, ready for her first scoring pass. Nightshade attempting another star pass in this jam. Ready, Set, Riot coming around for 4 points. Star pass achievement unlocked. We have Spider Spice of Lansing. 8-4-3 just as Ready, Set, Riot calls it off. Riot picking up 4 points in that jam. That's going to bring Lansing up to 22. MCDL still at 11. We got number 217 Lemonhead returning to the jam line for Detroit. This is going to be number 69 Rogue One jamming for Lansing. Lucio Brawl holding down that line of blockers there for Lansing. Number 42, Rosie the Pivoter trying to break that up for Lemonhead. Lemonhead looking for a hole in the inside. Mayhem Meg's trying to give her one, and Lemonhead is going to be lead jammer. And Rogue One behind by a lap. Lemonhead looking good out there. Well, I said that until she got to Annie DeSpanko, holding down that line in the pack. Hemlock and Deacon Brews also going to assist. Mittens coming in to have a sit in the sin bin here. 4-3 pack out there. Both jammers fighting their way through that pack. Mayhem Meg's lying in wait there for Rogue One at the front of the pack. Deacon Brews, meanwhile, holding down that 3-wall for Lemonhead, and Rogue One is out, coming around for 4 points. This is Lemonhead's scoring pass, but she calls it off. Lemonhead did pick up 2 points in that jam. Well, that's going to bring Lansing up to 26, MCDL at 13. Still, this is very early on in the game. We are just 10 minutes into this bout, and a 13-point spread, as Derby fans know, is almost nothing in roller derby. We saw how Black was able to almost overtake White in the second period there in the juniors game. So we have Demolition on the jam line for that's Hemlocked rather, number 331, and Hemlocked is going to be lead jammer number 77 Skaram wearing the star for Detroit, and Ms. Hyde puts his shoulder there into Skaram. Mick Jammer also going to come in for an assist. Hemlocked, meanwhile, coming up on that scoring pass. Ruth Bader Ginsburg holding down that line. And Hemlocked says, you know what? Just going to call it. And Hemlocked did pick up 2 points on that jam. Going to bring Lansing up to 28, MCDL at 13. We got Scrappy, number 93, on the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by Traumagachi number 414 of Detroit. And both our jammers are off, and Traumagachi coming up against that wall of purple. Andy DeSpanco and Deacon Bruce holding things down. Lucille Brawl also going to come in for an assist. Detroit now down a blocker. Scrappy stuck behind, oh, I almost said stuck behind that three wall. Number 93, Pocket Rocket, hits the floor, and Scrappy hits the floor. It is 93 versus 93 out there. And Pocket Rocket lying in wait again for Scrappy. Mayhem Eggs gonna force Scrappy to the back there. And Mick Jammer called out on a penalty there for Lansing. Both jammers still on that initial. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Scrappy came out right as I said that. She's going to be lead jammer. Traumagachi, meanwhile, behind that two wall. But Lucille Brawl and Deacon Bruce have to let her go. And Mick Jammer, stuck in that pack, takes some direction from, no, that's not Mick Jammer, I'm sorry, that's Scrappy. Calls it off, but Scrappy did pick up 1 point in that jam, so that's going to bring Lansing up to 29, MCDL still at 13. Ready, Set, Riot, number 88, returning to the jam line for Lansing. And for White, we have Nightshade, I think. Yes, that is number 25, Nightshade, wearing the star for MCDL. And right away, Nightshade sails into that two wall at the front of the pack. Number 2, and Nightshade is going to be lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, stuck at the back of the pack, looking to get the star pass over to her pivot, number 21, Mick Jammer, and the star cover is on the ground there. And Riot puts it back on her head, and Nightshade, meanwhile, out of that pack. Ooh, and Nightshade picked up a track cut on her way out. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Ready, Set, Riot, already in the penalty box. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. I think I was, wait, never mind. That track cut was called on Riot. Nightshade is still in the mix here. And Muhammad Fali giving some pretty intense coaching here from the sidelines. Nice recycling there by Lucille Brawl of Lansing, forcing Nightshade to go halfway back around the track there, but that's what you do. Oh, coming right up into Lucille Brawl there. And Riot is out of that penalty box, taking some hits from Detroit there, mixing it up with Spider Spice in the pack. And Riot is out. That was Riot's initial pass. No points yet for Lansing in this jam. I heard another penalty being called. That's Ruth Bader Ginsburg coming back to pay us a visit up here at the announcer's table. And Nightshade is coming out for a very, very hard-won points there for MCDL. Coach Muhammad Fali giving her the signal to just keep right on going. And Riot, of course, already on the board for 4 points. And that's going to be the jam. Both jammers, of course, having gone to the penalty box, so no lead jammer that jam. And I saw Flame's fingers go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Riot put 4 more points on the board in that jam. So we've got a 20-point game. Lansing now at 30. Oh, never mind. Nightshade scored another 2 for MCDL. So that is 37 Lansing, 19 MCDL, and Detroit has called a team timeout. And with the whistle, we're back into action. We have Rogue One 69 returning to the jam line for Lansing, going to be joined by 217 Lemonhead of MCDL. We're back to full strength for both teams, and Lansing putting up some serious resistance there for Lemonhead. Lucille Brawl holding down that 3-wall. Detroit coming to break it up. Rufus Bader Ginsburg holding down that wall there. Rogue One having a little bit of trouble there. Dirty Mittens gonna come in to assist. And Rogue One still gonna become lead jammer. Lemonhead pulling off that star, going for the pass. And Lucille Brawl, of course, doing her best to block that pass. That is Pocket Rocket taking the star for Lansing. Rogue One on that first scoring pass. Oh, coming up against Dirty Mittens, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg in the pack decides to call it off. And Rogue One did pick up 2 points there for Lansing. That's going to bring Lansing up to 39, Detroit at 19. Ms. Hyde in the pack giving some last-minute instructions to her team there. We've got Hemlock, number 331, returning to the jam line for Detroit. Going to be joined by Skaram of Detroit, number 77. Rosie the Pivoter coming out of the penalty box to rejoin Detroit there on the track. G. Barbie doing a nice job holding down that 3-wall. Hemlock getting a lot of resistance there. Skaram is going to be lead jammer. Ms. Hyde doing some bridging there at the front of the pack. I guess you don't bridge in the front of the pack. So. Well, whatever she's doing, it's working. Skaram coming around for that scoring pass to Hemlock out of the pack. Not going to be lead. Skaram looking to score some points, getting forced to the back there by Lansing. And Scram coming around for 4. Lance of Detroit, meanwhile, forcing Hemlock all the way to the pack there on the turn. Scram coming around for another 4. Scram looking to pick up another 4 points. Nice blocking there from number 2, Inzi Mood of Lansing. Scram taking a tumble there, almost hitting one of the refs on the inside. Scram coming up, and she squeezes right on by, coming around for 4 points, 8-point jam so far for Scram. Hemlock answering for 4. Scram looking to get a few more. And calling it off mid-pack there. But Hemlock, let's see if Hemlock was able to answer in kind, and it looks like yes, she was. 8 points that jam for both jammers. So that did increase MCDL's score, but we still have never mind. MCDL picked up 11 points on that jam. Just watching the scoreboard change over here. So that's going to put MCDL at 30, Lansing at 47. Detroit has put Traumagachi on the jam line yet again, and we've got Scrappy, number 93, jamming for Lansing. And Traumagachi working her way through that wall of purple. Mick Jammer throwing the hips in there, 4-wall, quite the 4-wall. Deacon Bruce doing some nice recycling there on Traumagachi. Lucille Brawl going to come in, have a sit in the sin bin, and nice blocking there by Pocket Rocket of Detroit. Scrappy getting forced to the inside, then the outside, but Lansing not taking it any easier on Traumagachi. Traumagachi going for the outside. Mick Jammer's going to put a stop to that. Deacon Brews holding that tripod together. And Scrappy still coming up against Pocket Rocket in the pack. Once again, it is 93 versus 93. Lucille Brawl also going to come in, try to break things up for her jammer. But Dirty Mitten's going to... Oh! I tell you what just happened, but Detroit's coach is right in my line of vision. Scrappy Goblin still looking for that hole in the pack. Dirty Mittens and Driver of Detroit doing some incredible blocking out there. Number 93, Pocket Rocket, holding that 3-wall together for Detroit. Once again, some really tight blocking here by both teams. Mick Jammer moving away from that 4-wall to do some bridging there. Lucille Brawl and Hemlock Ed. That was the jam. No lead jammer. Double goose egg there. Haven't seen that happen in a while. Gosh. Number 88, Ready, Set, Riot, returning to the jam line for Lansing. And Lemonhead, I ought to recognize Lemonhead by now. Number 217, jamming for Detroit. Riot coming up against Spider Spice in the pack there. Nice bridging there from Detroit's pivot. Ready, Set, Riot comes through. Is going to be your lead jammer. Lemonhead trying to get the star pass there in the pack. Mick Jammer doing her best to block it, of course. Ready, Set, Riot forced to the back by, that pivot is number 8. I shouldn't have known Ghetto Barbie G Barbie, rather, for a decade and a half. I should recognize her by now. G Barbie and Spider Spice teaming up to put the stop to Ready, Set, Riot. Lemonhead, meanwhile, has some problems of her own at the front of the pack, with Lansing giving absolutely no ground there. Number 25, Beef of Lansing, doing a nice job holding things down there. G Barbie making eye contact with Ready, Set, Riot there, as if you're not getting through today, sister. So once again, we have both jammers trapped by some really effective blocking there. And at long last, Lemonhead is out. Will not be lead jammer. Another double goose egg on that jam. And we have 6 minutes left to go in this first half. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? We have number 77, Skaram, returning to the jam line here for Detroit. And Muhammad Fali, coaching Detroit, has called an official review. So apparently Detroit wanted an out-of-play block to be called on number 25 Beef of Lansing. The refs agreed, and Beef will be sitting for the next 30 seconds in the penalty box, and Detroit will retain their official review. We've got Rogue One and Skaram returning to the jam line here in this jam. We have just over 5.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Dirty Mittens and Mayhem Megs keeping the wall together there for, oh, never mind. Rogue One broke through. She's got to get past Pocket Rocket there. And Rogue One is going to be lead jammer. Number 77, Skaram, pulling off that star, looking to get the pass. Pocket Rocket takes the star and runs with it. Rogue One, meanwhile, coming in for that scoring pass. Comes up against the back of MCDL and calls it off. And Rogue One did pick up 2 points there for Lansing. That's going to bring them up to 51. Detroit at 50. So 21-point game. So we got a couple points on the board after a couple of scoreless jams. We've got Hemlocked, number 331, returning to the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 25, Nightshade of Detroit. Hemlock coming up against Ruth Bader Ginsburg. In the pack, Pettit gonna assist. Inzy Mood looking to break things up there. But it is Nightshade, number 25, that comes through first. Nightshade is gonna be lead jammer. And Nightshade coming in for that scoring pass. Nightshade taking a hit from Ms. Hyde in the pack. Hemlock, meanwhile, also coming in for her own scoring pass. Number 843, Spider Spice, forcing Hemlock to the back of the pack. Ghetto Barbie, meanwhile, looking to break things up for her jammer there. Jam's called off. Looks like Hemlock did pick up 3 points in that jam. 2 points for MCDL. Going to bring MCDL up to 32. Lansing in the lead at 54. We've got 3.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Number 88, Ready, Set, Riot, coming back to the jam line for Lansing. And for Detroit, we have... not sure. We've got Traumagachi, number 414, jamming for Detroit. Traumagachi, meanwhile, coming up against Ms. Hyde and Cosmic Slams in the pack. Babs the Bruiser going to come in to assist, and that is exactly what Riot needed. She's going to be lead jammer. Driver Mayhem Megs already lining up that 3-wall in the back of the pack, lying in wait. Traumagachi, meanwhile, still stuck behind Deacon Bruise in the pack, and Traumagachi picking up a penalty there, but where is the star? The star is on the track. So is this a power jam? Is this not a power jam? Is Traumagachi? I don't know. I just know this is some amazing derby we're all watching here tonight. Ready, Set, Riot. Meanwhile, on those antics, looking to get her scoring pass. Mayhem Megs doing her level best to deny. Number 95, Nixter, also going to come in for an assist. I guess, yes, this is a power jam for Lansing. Traumagachi was still the jammer when she went to the penalty box. I just saw her pick up that helmet cover. It's still in her hand, but she is still the jammer, I think. Nixter, meanwhile, looking to break up that 4-wall there for Traumagachi. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, running into a little trouble with Mayhem Megs and Driver and Pocket Rocket there in the pack. And Ready, Set, Riot calls it. We have just over a minute and a half left in this jam. That was another double goose egg, by the way. No points for either team there. Rogue One, number 69, back on the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 217, Lemonhead of MCDL. Got G Barbie holding down that 3-wall, and And Lansing has called an official review. And the long whistle means we're back into action. I know as much about that official review as you do, because the refs didn't tell us what happened in that one. Ruthless Bader Ginsburg coming to the front of the pack to break things up for her jammer, and Lemonhead is gonna be lead jammer. Would you look at that? Rogue One hot on her wheels there. We could see some jammer and jammer action here. Lemonhead coming up against that wall of purple at the front of the pack. And Rogue One coming out in front. That's going to be 4 more points on the board for Lansing. Lemonhead still on that initial scoring pass. Calls it off. And Rogue One did steal 2 more points in that jam. Looks like also 2 points going on the board for Lemonhead. And Coach Foley has called an official review for Detroit. Long whistle means the game is starting back up again. Once again, we know as much about that official review as you do. And the refs have called it off. Are we at intermission already? See what the refs say. Yes, it appears we are at intermission. We are heading into this second half with MCDL at 35, Lansing at 64. But I see the jam timer making the timeout signal. So, okay, maybe we're not at intermission. I don't know what's going on. I'm just the announcer. Nobody tells me anything. Okay, I see the jam timer's hand up. We are going to have one more jam in this period. So we've got Hemlock on the jam line for Lansing, going to be joined by Skaram, number 77 of Detroit, pocket rocket line and wait there for Hemlock at the front of the pack. And nice bridging there from Andy DeSpanko. Skaram gets right past Lucille Brawl. Skaram is going to be lead jammer. Hemlock caught at the back of that pack. Nice block there by Dirty Mittens of Detroit. Skaram coming in for that scoring pass, hitting that pack fast. Hemlock looking to get the star pass. Deacon Bruce, number 56, now taking the star for Lansing for the first time in this bout. And Skaram coming around for 4 points. Coach Folly giving the signal to just keep right on going. Oh, 3 points. That was a no pass, no penalty situation on that fourth blocker for Skaram. But Deacon Bruce answers and never mind. Deacon Bruce scores 4, gets called to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Skaram, and Skaram calls it off. Deacon Bruce will be starting this next half in the penalty box. And just as the whistle is called, Kix Rocks is making the O signal with his hands. That means Lansing has called an official review. So sorry about that, sports fans. No intermission just yet. I'd tell you to hold your beer, but those of you at the Mayfair bar, I know you're drinking it. And I would too, because a cold beer would taste great right now. It is pretty warm in here, I'm telling you. But we'll just have to wait and see what the results of this official review are.
Front Room has mastectomy in fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
Grew up in the country, you know.
We'll make this a long distance relationship.
Well, he didn't. He got broken into twice in the same week, and after that he moved out. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gearing up to get back in the action here at Court 1 tonight. This is the second bout in tonight's doubleheader. We are watching Lansing B wearing purple taking on MCDL, that is Motor City Disassembly Line of Detroit, wearing white. And just as we were just at the end of the first period, We ended that on a power jam for Detroit. Number 56, Deacon Bruce, wearing the star for Lansing, continuing to cool her wheels in that penalty box. And Lemonhead is on the jam line for Detroit, number 217. And Lemonhead going to be lead jammer. Number 2, Inzy Mood, trying to break up that wall there. And walling back up to the front. Lucille Brawl throwing the shoulder into Lemonhead at the front of the pack there. And Deacon Bruce with the star in her hand, looking to get that star pass. Lemonhead, meanwhile, coming around for 4. Coach Foley giving the signal to keep right on going. Deacon Bruce, of course, still scoreless in that jam, gets the star over to number 21, Mick Jammer. And Mick Jammer now taking over as Jammer. Lemonhead stuck in the back of that pack behind Inzy. Inzy pushes. Lemonhead to the outside. Lemonhead calls it off. And Lemonhead picked up 2 more points in that jam. 6-point jam there. But Mick Jammer did put 2 on the board, or maybe Deacon Bruce scored those before she went to the penalty box. I'm not sure. Anyway, that was a 2-point jam for Lansing. That's going to bring them up to 70. MCDL at 48. And we've got Ready, Set, Riot, number 88, returning to the jam line there for Lansing. And Pocket Rocket coming for Riot there in the pack. Not sure who's jamming for Detroit yet. I'll tell you when I see their number. It is number 77, Scarum. We were corrected by Detroit. It is Scarum, not Scaram. Sorry, I apologize to any Detroit fans watching. That is Scarum. And Riot on that scoring pass, spinning right through that pack, coming around for 4 points. Deacon Bruce doing some nice recycling there on Scarum. And Scarum looking to get, Deacon Bruce on her way back to the penalty box for that block. Out of play, not sure. Scarum looking to get that star pass, but she still has the star, so she is still the jammer. Ready, Set, Riot. Stuck in the back of that pack by Dirty Mittens. Number 93, Pocket Rocket, gonna hit her to the outside there. Riot lining back up. Pocket Rocket lying in wait there. But Skyrim's got some problems of her own at the front. Skyrim gets out for 4. Our jammers are all tied up 4 and 4. And never mind, that's another 4 points going on the board there for Ready, Set, Riot. Deacon Bruce loves the penalty box so much, she's just come right back. And Scarum, meanwhile, on that second scoring pass, fighting past Andy DeSpanco and Lucille Brawl there in the pack. That is number 32, Andy DeSpanco just did the hit, just put a hit there on there. Hemlock, number 331, coming in to assist. Number 95, Nixter, looking to break up that wall there for Scarum, and the refs call it off. Ready, Set, Riot put 3 more points on the board, bringing her jam up to 11. 4 points total there for Scarum. So that's going to bring Lansing up to 81, MCDL at 52. And we've got Traumagachi, number 414, back on the jam line for Detroit. We'll be joined by Rogue One, number 69, jamming for Lansing. And Traumagachi takes a tumble there in the middle of the track. I believe that was courtesy of Inzy Moon, number 2 of Lansing. Pack's back to full strength. Deacon Bruce coming back up to rejoin Lansing on the track. Nice hit there by number 25, Beef of Lansing. And that's exactly what Rogue One needs there. Going to be your lead jammer. Ms. Hyde throwing the hips there into Traumagachi. Traumagachi getting past Inzy there. Will not be lead jammer. Rogue One, meanwhile, coming around for that scoring pass. Calls it off. And let's see if Rogue picked up stole any points there. And indeed she did. 2 points going on the board for Rogue One. And Lance and Detroit held scoreless. We've got Hemlock, number 331, returning to the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 25, Nightshade of MCDL. Just 5 minutes into this second half, and things are getting pretty hairy out there. Deacon Bruce doing a nice job putting the slow down there on Nightshade, the front of the pack. Cosmic Slams, Lucille Brawl, and Mick Jammer also going to come in to assist. Hemlock, meanwhile, getting recycled all the way to the back of the pack by Mayhem Megs and Dirty Mittens there. Pocket Rocket also holding things down. Mayhem Megs and Dirty Mittens, a formidable pair indeed, working together, keeping Hemlock back there. I spoke too quickly. Hemlock is out. Hemlock is going to be lead jammer. Nightshade hits the floor. Lucille Brawl's got to let her go. Hemlock, meanwhile, kind of dancing through the pack there. And Hemlock getting called out on a track cut. This is going to be a power jam for MCDL, and they look thrilled to have this opportunity to catch up. We do, just to remind everyone, we do have a 31-point game, MCDL trailing, and that's, I spoke too quickly. MCDL picking up 4 points there, courtesy of number 25, Nightshade. Just as I said that, Nightshade sailing through that pack, sailing right into Deacon Bruce there. And Lucille Brawl's going to also go in for a hit. Oh, Lucille Brawl's going to the box for that hit. That's who I thought the ref was pointing to when he called that penalty. That is Nightshade again, coming around for 4. I don't know if everyone watching at home can hear this. Detroit has quite the cheering section here tonight at Court 1. And Nightshade going for another 4, trying to make that is a 12-point jam so far for Nightshade of Detroit. Detroit catching up quick to Lansing. That's going to put MCDL at 64, Lansing at 83. So we have a 19-point game. Oh, and Nightshade just went to the penalty box at the end. So this next jam is going to be a power jam for Lansing, and they have Scrappy Goblin on the jam line, and Kicks Rocks wearing the stripes has just called an official timeout. Oh, the jam timer's just called 5 seconds. We are going back in there. We have a 3-on-4 pack there. The Lucille Brawl, number 10, cooling her wheels in the penalty box. This is a power jam for Detroit. They have put for Lansing, rather. They have put number 93, Scrappy, on the jam line. Scrappy is going to be lead jammer. And Detroit lying in wait. Ruth Bader Ginsburg and G. Barbie holding down that line. Lansing breaking things up, and Scrappy is coming around for 4 points. Nightshade out of the penalty box. This is going to be her initial pass, not a scoring pass. This is going to be Scrappy's second scoring pass. Let's see if Scrappy can get up. Scrappy going for 8 in this jam. And number 8, 4, 3, Spider Spice throwing those hips around like a deadly weapon. As Scrappy fights her way through the back of that pack, G. Barbie gonna come in for an assist. That is exactly what Nightshade needed. Nightshade out on that initial. Lucille Bra come right back to the penalty box. She likes it so much. And that's gonna be the jam. MCDL held scoreless in that one. Scrappy did pick up, let's see, 3 more points in that jam. So 7 altogether. That's going to bring Lansing up to 93 points. MCDL at 63, 30-point game with just over 20 minutes left to go in this bout. And Ready, Set, Riot 88 is back on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by Lemonhead, number 217 of Detroit. Nick Jammer, number 21, holding down that line of blockers there. Ms. Hyde also going to come in for an assist. And Lemonhead has her work cut out for her there. But Ready, Set, Riot not having a lot of luck there with between driver and pocket rocket. Lucille Brawl, fresh out of the penalty box, looking to break things up there for Riot. But meanwhile, Lemonhead breaks through first. Going to be lead jammer. Riot out of the pack, not going to be lead. Pack is spread out a bit on the straightaway. Lemonhead coming in for that initial. And Ms. Hyde and Inzy Mood lying in wait there. Mick Jammer also going to come in for an assist. And our pack is spread out a bit there. Pocket Rocket doing some bridging there. Inzy skating all the way to the back of that pack, recycling on Lemonhead there. And I could be wrong, but it kind of looks like Inzy's almost taunting Lemonhead a bit there. I'm reading too much into it. Anyway. Number 10, Lucille Brawl coming in for the block there. Ms. Hyde also going to assist. Nice bridging there from number 2, Inzy Mood of Lansing. Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, held to the back there by number 1031, Mayhem Megs of Detroit. Refs call it off. Okay, it looks like Riot did pick up 4 points in that jam. Lemonhead also picking up a couple of points. That's going to bring Lansing up to 97, just 3 points below that century mark. MCDL at 65. So 32-point game, but we do have 18 and a half minutes left to go. There is still time for Detroit to turn this around, and Coach Foley has called an official review for Detroit. So it looks like the official review has concluded. The jam timer has called 5 seconds. We are back into action here with just over 18 minutes left to go in this bout. And Sakaram is back on the jam line for Detroit, number 77. Rogue 1, number 69, mixing things up for Lansing. G, Barbie, and Spider Spice in there doing some nice blocking for Detroit. Deacon Brews, meanwhile, recycling Sakaram all the way to the back of the pack. Oh, ref's called no pack. That means they've got to catch up, and Rogue 1 is going to be lead jammer. And Rogue 1 has to line up behind G Barbie. Number 25, Beef, coming to have a sit in the sin bin. Jam's been called off. Let's see what the outcome is. Looks like 1 point there for Lansing. Detroit held scoreless. It's going to bring Lansing up to 98, inching ever closer to that century mark. MCDL still hanging steady at 65. And we've got Traumagachi, number 414, returning to the jam line for Detroit. She will be joined by Scrappy, number 93 of Lansing. Oh, and Traumagachi almost all the way out. Going to be recycled by number 21, Mick Jammer. And meanwhile, Scrappy has to get past Pocket Rocket and Mayhem Megs of Detroit. Dirty Mittens also going to come in for an assist, number 0550. Traumagachi, meanwhile, has to line up back behind the pack. Got to get past number 65, Kobe. Number 21, Mick Jammer, to start scoring any points in this jam, even though this is the initial pass. Number 42 of Detroit, Rosie the Pivoter, breaking things up a little bit for Traumagachi there. Traumagachi lining back up behind Lansing. Scrappy, of course, needing to recycle behind Pocket Rocket. It is number 93 versus number 93 out there yet again. And Scrappy is going to be lead jammer. Traumagachi, meanwhile, looking to get a star pass. I see the helmet cover in her hand. Unfortunately, her pivot, number 93, Pocket Rocket, is all the way in the back of the pack there. Scrappy coming in for that initial pass, scooting through on the inside for 4 points. Coach Strega, Coach Yar, giving her the signal to just keep right on going. Star pass achievement unlocked by Detroit. It is number 93, Pocket Rocket, now taking the star in this jam. And scooting on through again, Scrappy scores another 4, calls it off. 8-point jam there for Lansing. Detroit held scoreless. That is going to push Lansing over the century mark now at 106 points. MCDL at 65. We have a 41-point game, and it is just 15 minutes left to go in this bout. Hemlock, number 331, returns to the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by Nightshade, number 25 of Detroit. We got Lucille Brawl holding things down for Lansing. Deacon Bruce, number 56, also looking to get an assist here. Meanwhile, that Detroit pack held together by number 144, Pettit, team captain. And Hemlock is caught in a vise there. Number 98, Live or Die, also assisting. Forearm called on. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Forearm called on the Detroit pivot, and Hemlock is going to be lead jammer. Hemlock coming up against Dirty Mittens there in the pack, scooting on through on the inside for 4 points. Coach Yar giving the signal to keep on going. And Nightshade still looking for that hole on the pack. Nightshade still on that initial pass. We have some incredible blocking there from Lansing. Hemlock, meanwhile, scooting on through for another 4 points. Annie DeSpanko and Cosmic Slams mixing things up in the pack there from Lansing. Another 4 points for Hemlock, making it look easy. Nightshade, meanwhile, out on that initial pass. Hemlock already 12 minutes ahead. Coach Foley giving Nightshade the signal to keep going. Hemlock going in for another 4 points. Hemlock calls it from the floor. And looks like Detroit yet again held scoreless this jam, still at 65 points. Where is Lansing's jam ref? I want to see if Hemlock picked up any more points that jam. I see her jam ref conferring with Axel Rose over there. 2 more points going on the board there for Hemlock's 14-point jam for Lansing. That's going to bring them up to 120. And we got Ready, Set, Ride on the jam line again, number 88 for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 217, Lemonhead of Detroit. Would you look at that? Ready, Set, Riot is going to be lead jammer. I think that official review put some fire in the Lansing's wheels because they've been killing it the last few jams. Ready, Set, Riot scoots into that pack, scores 4 easy points, calls it off. Pocket Rocket says, hey, I did my best, guys. Looks like I missed a star pass there. Another star pass to Pocket Rocket of Detroit. 69 Rogue One back on the jam line for Lansing. Can't see the number of the Detroit jammer. I'll tell you who it is in a second. Oh, Spider Spice hitting Rogue One hard there. Oh, it is. We got number 77 Skyrim jamming for Detroit. Rogue One getting recycled to the back there, courtesy of 843 Spider Spice. Ruth Bader Ginsburg coming back to the penalty box to have a sit. So we got a 3-on-4 pack situation out there. Rogue One more or less pushing. Oh, and she gets past that last Detroit blocker, and it's on. Rogue One is going to be lead jammer. Scarum is out, will not be lead. Rogue One coming in fast, and little baby Apex jump there, scoots past all 3 Detroit blockers on the track, calls it off. Easy 4 points there. Brought to you by Rogue One of Lansing Roller Derby. That's Lansing now at 128, MCDL at 65. And Lansing has managed to hold MCDL scoreless for quite a few jams. I wish I could tell you how many, but I'm an English major. I find it difficult to count. So we've got number 414 of Detroit. That is Traumagachi yet again wearing the star. And we have back on the track Scrappy, number 93 of Lansing. Mayhem Megs doing her best to put the stop on Scrappy there, but Lansing not making it any easier. We got Kobe doing holding down that wall. Mick Jammer also going to come in for an assist there on Traumagachi. Scrappy looking for that hole. Number 25 Beef trying to break things up for her there. And Scrappy scraps through, finds line on the inside. Scrappy going to be lead jammer. Star pass being attempted there for the 3rd jam in a row. Star pass achievement unlocked. It is number 93 Pocket Rocket taking the star there for Lansing. Of course, this will be Pocket Rocket's first pass, I believe. And Detroit has recycled. Oh, never mind. That Pocket Rocket sneaks through that pack for 4 points. Muhammad Fali gives her the signal to keep right on going. This is Scrappy's first scoring pass. And Scrappy also answering Pocket Rocket in kind for 4 points. And direction of gameplay being called on Kobe here. Going to have a sit in the sin bin. Scrappy coming around for that second scoring pass. Got to get past RBG and Mayhem Megs and Traumagachi there in the back of the pack. Pocket Rocket answering in kind for 8 points. It is number 93 Pocket Rocket broken that scoreless streak for Lansing. 8-point jam, and Pocket Rocket still is keeping on out there. Pocket Rocket, oh, so close. Pocket Rocket takes it to the outside from a Lansing blocker. Didn't see which one. That is 4 more points. 12-point jam there for Pocket Rocket. That's going to be the jam. Pocket Rocket has brought MCDL up to 77, but But Scrappy put 8 points on the board herself there for Lansing. That's going to take them up to 136. We've got Hemlock number 331 back on the jam line, and Detroit has called a team timeout. And with the long whistle, we're back into action. Timeout's over. We have just over 8 minutes left to go in this bout. And we have Hemlock on the jam line. Would you look at that? Not even touched. Hemlock sneaks through that pack to become lead jammer. We got Nightshade, number 25, wearing the star for Detroit. Hemlock speeding around for that scoring pass. Would you look at that? That was fast. 4 points going on the board there. And we are not even a minute and a half into this jam. And Nightshade is out, will not be your lead jammer. Hemlock going in for another scoring pass, has to get past Spider Spice there in the pack. Number 98, Live or Die, also going to come in for an assist there. Hemlock getting caught up in the pack there. Pettit, team captain, also going to come in for an assist. Nightshade, meanwhile, looking to get that first scoring pass, and she breaks through. 4 points going on the board for Nightshade. Hemlock, meanwhile, stuck there behind Spider Spice in the pack. Hemlock takes a tumble to the ground there. Both of our jammers are all tied up, 4 points each. Hemlock has not called it yet. 30 seconds left in the jam. She might not sure. Pack is almost at a standstill. And multiplayer called on number 56, Deacon Brews of Lansing. And Hemlock. Oh, wait, that's not Hemlock. I'm sorry. And Nightshade breaks through. That's going to be 4 more points going on the board there for MCDL. That's going to be the jam. And Hemlock did pick up 3 more points there in that jam. We have just 6 minutes left. Ready, set, ride is back on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by Lemonhead, number 217 of Detroit. Lansing now at 143, Detroit at 85. Lemonhead coming into that, trying to break things up there. Ms. Hyde headed to the penalty box, but Lemonhead still getting some resistance there. And Lemonhead, is Lemonhead the lead jammer? I can't tell her. I don't know where her jam ref is. All I know is Ready, Set, Riot is still in the pack. Ooh, big hit there from number 2 of Inzy Mood of Lansing. Lemonhead coming in for that scoring pass again. And Inzy Mood likes blocking Lemonhead so much she's coming back for more. Deacon Brews trying to bridge there. Ready, Set, Riot, I see, looking to get the star pass there. Oh, thinks better of it. Gets right past Pocket Rocket. Oh, that was Ready, Set, Riot's initial pass. I believe this is Lemonhead's scoring pass. Lemonhead was the lead. Must have been the lead jammer. She called it off. I didn't see her jam ref call it, but looks like Lemonhead did pick up 4 points in that jam. Lansing held scoreless. Going to bring the MCDL up to 89. Lansing still at 143. We have Rogue One, number 69, returning to the jam line for Lansing. And we have number 77, Scarum, jamming for Detroit, but it is Rogue One who's out first. She's going to be your lead jammer. Look at Scarum go, though. Both these jammers are fast. It is almost the end of the bout, and they are not slowing down at all. Rogue One zipping right through that pack for 4 points. Coach Yar signaling her to keep right on going. Scarum, meanwhile, still on that initial pass. Lucille Brawl's going to force her right back into the pack. And meanwhile, Rogue One scooting around for another 4. That's going to be 8 points this jam so far for Lansing. Deacon Brews pulling a hit there on Scarum. Scarum brushes it off, coming around for 4 points. And Rogue One headed to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Detroit. Detroit just 7 points below that century mark now at 93. Scarum looking to get a few more points in this jam. We've got 55 seconds left. You know, that is Demolition. I am so sorry. I've been getting Mick Jammer and Demolition mixed up all game. Demolition's wearing her hair down. It covers her number. That is 3-2-1 Demolition. I am so sorry, Demolition. Did not mean to give you short shrift this bout. You've been amazing as always. And just as I say that, Demolition hits the ground. But that is what Scarum needed, picking up 8 points. Scarum now at 12 points in this jam. But look at that. Rogue One out of that penalty box, coming around for another 4 points. Both of our jammers now at 12 points. We've got 15 seconds left to go in this jam. Rogue One getting forced to the back there. Nice recycling there from G. Barbie, number 8 of Detroit. That's another 4 points for Scarum. 16-point jam so far for Lansing. And that is 2 minutes. Jam is over. And MCDL has officially crossed the century mark now at 105. Lansing at 155. 50-point game. A minute, 40 seconds left to go. And that sounded like a team timeout called by Detroit. it's over. We are back into action with just a minute and a half left to go in tonight's game. We have Traumagachi, number 414, back on the jam line for Detroit. Traumagachi running into Inzi in the pack. Kobe's got to let her go. And Traumagachi going to be lead jammer. Scrappy Goblin, meanwhile, number 93 of Lansing, still on that initial pass. Traumagachi coming around for the scoring pass. Nice hit there from number 10, Lucille Brawl of Lansing. Traumagachi hits the almost said hits the pavement, but this looks like wood out there. Scrappy out of the pack. Not going to be the lead jammer. Traumagachi still on that first scoring pass. Lansing doing their level best to keep Detroit from getting any points. Let's see if they succeeded. Up. Traumagachi did pick up 3 points in that jam, bringing Detroit up to 108. Lansing held scoreless, still at 158. Still a 50-point game. Hemlock skating into place for what I think will be the final jam of tonight's game. And that is can't tell who is jamming for Detroit. Their number, we have 843, Spider Spice taking the star for Detroit, and Spider Spice is going to be lead jammer. The crowd, the Detroit fans are going wild out there, and right away Spider Spice running into the back of that pack. Lucille Brawl mixing it up there. Number 25, Nightshade, trying to break up that pack there. Hemlock coming in for the scoring pass. Hemlock's going to run into Pettit of Lansing there. Hemlock is out for 4. Spider Spice still stuck in the pack there on her first scoring pass. Spider Spice coming around for 4. Detroit is going crazy. And Hemlock coming in for the second scoring pass. Nice recycling there, courtesy of number 8, G. Barbie of Detroit. And Spider Spice taking a tumble in the back there. Number 32, Annie DeSpanko, going to send Spider Spice to the ground there. And more recycling going on by Ruthless Bader Ginsburg, 847 of Detroit. And Spider Spice calls it off, picking up 3 more points there for Detroit. 7-point jam for Spider Spice, but Hemlock picking up 4 more points there for Lansing. That is going to be the bout, sports fans. Our unofficial final score, MCDL 115 Lansing.